FaceTime, which it has two cameras. It has an HD camcorder on the front,
Nice.
and it's got the second camcorder for VGA video conferencing. The phone itself is made out of the same material that is used on windshields and bullet trains, so it's a little bit tougher than the last one. The last one was just arsenic-free glass.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else is really cool about this phone? Video conferencing, HD camera. Ooh, 5 megapixel camera with flash. This is pretty cool. Tap to focus. Yours should have that. I'm gonna turn on the flash. Should be able to zoom in. Yeah, there we go.
So 5 megapixel. Like what was on the previous, the 3GS?
The 3GS has a 2 megapixel camera.
Oh, so that's a big difference.
It is a huge difference. And the video on this is HD, where this is just standard definition video.
And obviously it's available right now.
Well, right now, no, because we're all sold out.
Oh, when
Yesterday went on sale, and now we're all... So we should be getting some more in the next week or two, I think, I hope. It was one of the largest, launches for a gadget ever. Most devices take a month or two to sell 1 million. The first day was over 600,000.
I hate to eavesdrop, but I don't think he was telling you the coolest parts of his phone.
Oh yeah? Okay, you tell me.
I'm just here playing around with it. I got one coming to me in a month on the internet. There's two things about this phone that I think regular human beings would really like. It's 2 megapixels, 5 megapixels, A4 from whatever other processor it was. That's fine and good. Two things that I think are awesome. One is the case is totally different, right? You have the little iPhone with the rounded back and either the plastic or depending on how old it is, it's an aluminum back. What this is, there's this architecture that's around here holds the antenna, right?
Okay.
And this is all glass, and what that allows it to do is it allows the wireless, the phone signals to get through really easily, and it allows iPhone internet connection signals to get through really easily. So the wireless connection you get on this phone is going to be better than on the old iPhone. So if you were in an area with poor coverage for AT&T and you had trouble with the iPhone 3G, this will get a better reception. So, honestly, to be perfectly honest, that's what made me buy this one. Because I didn't... this is my...
Yeah.
It still says singular. I bought this phone in, 2004, right? And so I have never had a reason to buy another phone. I didn't buy the first iPhone. I didn't buy the second. I didn't buy the third. But I'm buying this one. And
okay.
the other cool thing, which I think is neat, is if you take a look... I mean, he maybe showed you this, but if you take a look at the screen, the depth of the pixel depth on this screen is incredible in comparison to even the last iPhone or to the iPad.
Well, yeah, that's why I was just going on YouTube because he didn't show me, and I was curious. He was just talking about the screen, but I want to really see something.
And I mean, the way they're sort of marketing it is you can't see the pixels. That's how dense the screen is. But I mean, to my opinion, just from looking at the home screen, it looks an awful lot better. But for the long-term future, this is the kind of thing where a designer is going to be able to write an application that takes advantage of the fact that this screen is so dense. You're going to see better book applications, like PDFs and things like that. You're going to see better, if you want to look at a comic book or an album of photos or something like that, you're going to be able to get much better pictures in there, and you're going to be able to get much clearer text. Even on the same size, because the screen's small. It's a phone, so it's harder to read.
Right.
But the better the density, the easier it is for them to make something easy for it to read, and for them to scale text up and down. So if you zoom in, I don't even know if they have a PDF thing here, but you can zoom to get in. You can just keep going. And to me, those two things, they sell the phone.
Yeah.
And they're great.
And what do you think? Yeah, no kidding. And what do you think about, I like the idea of having the two cameras so you can Skype or whatever, Yeah,
well, the one, and that's, okay, so here's, again, I don't work for here.
No.
so I'm going to say this, is that the way that you use the two cameras to do the video conferencing right now is only through Apple's program. I don't know if it's on here. I think you have to go to phone and something. I'm sure they'll demo it for you. But I don't actually think that they let Skype, the program, talk to this and this camera or this at the same time. So I don't know whether or not they're going to let you do video calling on like Skype or Google yet.
That would be how Steve would think, right?
Yeah, but my guess is they weren't going to do that for for voice, for Google Voice, and then they let Google Voice do it. So they let them through. So I think eventually, maybe in like a month or two or 6 months, you're going to see them letting Skype in, because you're going to see a lot of users really clamoring to do exactly what you wanted to do.
Right.
But the camera that he mentioned, I just picked it up. I've actually never touched one of these before. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how well that camera works for the size.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you order yours over the internet just to make sure you got it and didn't have to do the whole line game? Or?
No, I shouldn't say I'm not buying it for me. I'm buying it for my wife.
Nice.
But I think I ordered it online because I realized, like, mid-launch time when they were getting ready to do all this stuff, I said, wow, this is going to be really busy.
Yeah.
And so I was actually playing around. They released, it may not be on here, Apple released an Apple Store app for the iPhone, so you can like log on there and you give them your Apple account information, and you can like set up a Genius Bar meeting. You do those things. You can also, they were sort of demoing and said, well, you can order the new iPhone on it. And so I picked it up, and I said, oh, yeah, sure enough, this is really simple. So I just went and did it. So that's honestly why I did it, was because I was picking up and playing with that application. Because I think they're really neat.
Yeah.
And I want,
Yeah, people to know.